Welcome back to another episode of Undiagnosed Baddie. It's your girl Bella on the one and only Undiagnosed Baddie podcast. Now, I have been, y'all know, starting with a topic and we move forward. Shout out to me. Shout out to me for consistency. Shout out to me for weathering all of my storms. I can't wait till I can truly talk about something that's going on right now, but we're gonna keep it moving. Now, this particular person made a statement and they said, guys, the romantic part of human connection is not the only form of human connection. And I was like, oh, and I want people to understand that as much as people desire a romantic connection, it is not the only form. And I think it is very important in the longevity of self to understand that that is not the only form. What do I mean by that? What you mean by that, Bella? Well, I mean that when you know self, when you know that the main form of human connection is with self, when you do not have a relationship with yourself, you then, and you cannot maintain that for whatever reason, you then become a codependent in everyone else's life around you. Hello, somebody say amen. Okay. So what starts to happen is if I don't have a relationship with myself, I seek that validation, I seek that love, I seek that attention, I seek everything in a romantic partner. And once that's stripped away, I feel as though I would, if I was this person, feel as though that was stripped away from me. That who am I? What am I? I have to rediscover myself. This is why I say it's so important. I've said it before, y'all gonna hear this, but it's so important to have self in every relationship and not just romantic. And it comes to your kids as well, and it comes to your mothers as well when you got to take care of your parents, and it comes to your cousins and your aunts and your grandmas. You have to have sense of self. I always tell people when you go and you read C-suite stuff, like all of the men say, oh, this is Jack, he loves golf, he's been doing X, Y, and Z, here are his credentials, boom, 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 boom. We never know if Jack is married or if Jack has kids. However, C-suite women. My name's Teresa. I'm a mom of three. I love God. And here's my credentials, right? So that's why. Why? And why is that such a stark difference? If you haven't noticed, Google any company. The next time you're riding down the street, any corporate company, you go to a summit, look up their C-suite. You do not see men talk about their children in their what's it called? Excuse me. In their work bio. I got caught up trying to find the word. Because I was going to say, because the word that came to my mind was academic, and it's not, but it's really their work bio. You don't see contact us unless it's an organization about children, and I think that's when that should be incorporated. But 9 times out of 10, these nonprofits or these organizations are not about family planning. And then even then, a lot of the time you don't find out that Jack has kids until he puts in PTO once a year to take a family vacation or whatever he's doing. So I really think it's important to understand that you don't have to put all your connection eggs in one basket, thus that being romantic. Now, let's talk about the different forms of human connection. I'm just pulling this out of my head because this is how we talk, right? So I listed all the other people that you can have human connections with. You can have human connections with your therapist. You can have human connections with your family and your friends. You don't always have to have a romantic human connection to get the experience of romance. Y'all not hearing me though, and I ain't talking homo if that's no, we're not talking anything romantic, right? I have girlfriends that treat me so. I have had a girlfriend that treated me to a $200 date, baby. And when I say we ate, and I was going to put something up, and she was like, girl, bye. Oh, not put something up. You know what I'm saying? You split bill, whatever. She was like, girl, good, gone. bitch, you just took me on a $200 date. Girl, let me clean out your car. You know what I'm saying? But it's like my friends love me and I love my friends. My friend called me one day. I remember, matter of fact, this is an old friend, but a great story, right? And she called me and she was just having a shit day. I'm gonna tell you how good of a fucking friend I am right here, right? And I'm like, I don't, what's going on, babe? Like, you got to talk to me. You can't just call me crying. Like, what is it, an emergency? I'm just da 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 da. And it comes out that today is the day she was actually living. She was blessings. We love generational wealth. She was living in her grandmother's house. Her grandmother was deceased. She inherited the house, and it was like her grandmother's birthday or death date or something like that. And she was just overwhelmed with gratitude, and it was coming out in tears and grief as well because grandma's dead. So she was grateful, but she was grieving, and it was just all of these things. And I got in the car and I went to the store and I bought some flowers and I took her flowers in the middle of the day because I knew my homie loved flowers. There was nothing that I could say to help her process her gratitude and grief, because gratitude and grief hand in hand on one day is only one person can process that, and that is the griever. But what I could do is show up, and from that one experience alone taught me, and I want y'all to hear me when I tell y'all this. I'm not the best at it. I need to get better at it. I started to do it. Haven't done it all the way across the board. When I say these things, I've practiced it. It doesn't mean I'm practicing it all the time. I'm trying. I started putting my friends' important people that they lost in my calendar. I need a death day. I need a birthday. Because that starts to let me, when it pops up on my calendar or I look at my calendar, I can see, oh, my friend about to start acting crazy. Let's get out and take a walk. And not crazy in a bad way. And not saying that every time someone's birthday coming up, you're going to be grieving the same way that you did maybe 3 months ago, maybe a year ago. And let's just say we're having a good day because I'm happy today. I'm up. It's up. And it doesn't mean a bad day isn't going to come. But if I know I can maintain showing up for the people that I love, what's that called? What this person say? Having a human connection outside of romance. Who sees you? Is it your homegirls? Is it your cousins? Women know how to love. When men, I won't. Women know how to love, and when I talk about relationships, I got to make it very clear. I'm talking about heterosexual relationships because I'm talking about me, what I do, and how I live my life. So I always have to preface that. But you take my words and apply it to whatever you got going on. The way that I show up and love my friends, and the way they show up and love for me, especially since my mother died. We can go back to 2021 because I was going to go back to 2023, but we could go back to 2021 and it's 2026. The way that they have showed up for me. How that song go? They asked me what I do and who I do this for. Them. I gotta get some money to pay them back. The love and light that they poured into me there's not a monetary value there, but money helps. Money makes people smile. You heard? There's more than romantic connections in the human experience, and I want people to love on the people that love on them that they are not in a romantic relationship with. More. Understand your people. Love your people. Pour into your people. Because almost at the end of the day, when you're sick, when you're dying, it's going to be them. It's going to be them. And I'm not saying it couldn't be a significant other. I'm not saying that because, you always got to go back and forth with the, if you learn to love your people other than in a romantic way, what would that look like?